When America rejects the message.
Box office bombs and dying movie theaters. Non-existent social influence. The mystique of the Hollywood celebrity has been dead for a while, but it was made official a couple weeks ago when America gave one final notice. They're done with the messaging. And you know what? It's time to chronicle this epic timeline and dissect what happened in a video. So let's go. I canceled my next Austin Powers impersonator gig for this.
Yeah, baby! Yeah, baby!
Politicians in 2024 still thought celebrities were effective at change the same way music changes a scene.
Deep down, you deserve to be punished. Don't you, Mr.
Poor Harry.
Paid celebrity speeches at political...
She was paid for this, guys. A lot of money to speak here.
Rallies peppered the landscape to no avail. As it turns out, getting an endorsement from an Avengers cast that peaked 10 years ago didn't have an effect on voter habits. In Rachel Ziegler's outburst, you know, shitting on half her potential audience, might have been a hilarious new chapter in someone's imploding career, but no one's losing sleep over it, except maybe the heads at Disney. A huge swath of people, including Hollywood and the entertainment industry as a whole, seem to be realizing that which we've been talking about for a while now. People are rejecting not just celebrities, but abandoning entertainment that's injected with messaging. And
that is so true, because like it is so boring. These movies are so boring. It's over and over and over again the same message. Like, can we be a bit more creative? We are done with this message.
Actor endorsing a politician makes sense. As we approach the year 2025, the only kind of person who'd want to do either profession is probably a narcissist. No one wants to hear what they have to say, but they'll let you know anyway. A celebrity can tell someone how to act and not realize that their audience become Buzz and Woody if an adult Andy opened incognito mode for a third time tonight. No one wants to listen to something inauthentic, and that's how people see the Hollywood type of celebrity. Vacuous, vain, fake. And there are more famous people now than there ever have been in history thanks to the internet. But the kind of fame that carries weight isn't what it used to be. In a connected world, authenticity is key. The celebrity who can shift a culture isn't an actor anymore. It's not Robert Downey Jr. shifting change, it's the Joe Rogans of the world. I thought now that it's been a couple weeks, what happened deserves an apolitical autopsy. The election in America proved what we knew. A declining box office, dying theater business, and struggling streaming services are directly linked to a shift in culture away from the political messaging Hollywood's gleefully jammed down audiences' throats for the past several years. Before we dive into the hows and whys, we have a sponsor for today's video. This one kicks serious ass, but as always, things are time-stamped for your convenience. But if you'd be so kind as to watch the ad, it's always appreciated. Today's sponsor, Yaber, provides high-quality, high-performance projectors to fulfill your home entertainment needs. Yaber is a bold, young, up-and-coming company that's already reached 2 million customers in 120 countries, thanks to their projectors' reliability and performance quality. Nothing can replace the theater experience, but with the projector you can come extremely close. Yaber sent me one of their K3 projectors to test out, and this thing has fully changed our home entertainment experience for good. First impressions, I appreciate the quality packaging. It feels like you're getting a premium product. It was a lightning fast setup and very user-friendly. Plug it in, turn it on, take off the lens cap, use the built-in Google TV, or simply screen mirror your phone, and bam, you're up and running. And then the startup quickly autofocuses the screen for you. After that, I put on one of my favorite movies, and away we go. The projector is silent, the visuals are clear in full HD, and the audio is powered by Dolby and 30-watt JBL speakers, which sound fantastic. Simply said, it's provided so much fun having this kind of theater experience at home. We're changing our living room setup to accommodate this as our primary movie source from now on. Side note, I play music as a hobby, and I've used JBL speakers before, so I know their quality, and it's the same high-quality JBL experience here too. Yaber projectors also use what they've called Nova Glow, next-level projector performance that achieves a better and brighter viewing experience. They offer multiple projectors to suit your needs, including the one I reviewed here. If Yaber piques your interest, they're available at my link in the description or Amazon, of course. Thanks to Yaber for sponsoring this video, and now back to it. Disney is the biggest name in the film industry, so following trajectories of their most valuable...
I feel like they were. I mean, they probably dominant. They are the most dominant. They have the most money. But Disney movies don't hit as they used to, brother.
Intellectual properties means to also follow a trajectory of rejection. As soon as properties like Star Wars and the MCU saw a healthy dose of modern culture...
Oh my god, like Star Wars. Oh, I'm so sad with all of these TV shows, Disney stuff. Like only The Mandalorian, and not only all seasons. First, the second, that's it, I think. Honestly, like it is so sad what's going on with Disney and this woke agenda that was implemented into all their movies. Like all the stories became stale. They became like the messaging became so the storytelling, the character design, like not design, but like the characters that they present. It is so bad. Like I don't understand how could they have messed up Star Wars this much. And I love Star Wars. I love fantasy and science fiction.
Injected into their storytelling, both decline in quality to the point where leaks exist that they internally think Rey is their most valuable Star Wars asset.
Yeah.
Somehow, though, they mean it unironically. They have Darth Vader and Grogu, but, Rey. But I digress. Over the span of a decade, we dealt with terrible writing with Mary Sue's like Rey, to real-world defense from the media with cries of various phobias towards fans, revealing a through line from Last Jedi in 2017 to Disney's apology this year with Deadpool and Wolverine. And there's so much that happened in between those two movies, it's hard to pick a low light. She-Hulk is definitely up there, but Disney wasn't alone in producing something with the hand of DEI on it. Rings of Power, anyone? Yes, there are hundreds to pick from across the industry, but that's a personal anti-favorite. The landscape of film changed so rapidly it was jarring. While this was happening, celebrities had social media IV'd into their veins, seemingly never taking a day off from explaining to us why we're wrong for disliking their shitty movie, who to vote for, or what current event was the most important thing and you're a bad person if you disagree. And
like, honestly, the entitlement. And don't get me wrong, we make these videos also online, and he is making a video and he is sharing his own personal opinion. But when you know this opinion doesn't come from a company, that you are not paid for to say it, it makes all the difference. And that's why, like, in today's Asian time, we kind of starting to listen to more to people who are on our level. Like, they're not like celebrities, they're not actors that they can act their way through honesty. That is not even honesty, it's money that they got paid for to do. And that's a thing, I feel like that's why we started to listen to more normal people.
so, an escalation of shitty movies and narcissistic behavior from those starring in them has led us to this moment. The people of Hollywood came out in droves to endorse their favorite candidate. While one candidate got mostly lesser-known stars like, say, Kevin Sorbo, and the straggler big name like a Dennis Quaid, the other got the fucking Avengers and nearly every major current star walking that P. Diddy-style Wild West that is Hollywood.
I love this game! He's Jeffrey. Let's go! No, I don't think so.
That character in movie aged well. Fuck it, it's
Oh,
still goated.
man.
Endorsements flew in from across the entertainment landscape like it always has, and the movie and TV business kept up its end of the bargain. Hell, even former pro wrestler turned former steroid specialist Dave Bautista got in on the action, with his own social media rants. Every endorsement reeked of greed, ego, and self-righteousness. Naturally so, because that's what they embodied. Every nicety was clearly paid for, even though these people were already saying these political bullet points because it got them their social credit amongst their peers and potential bosses. The reported $10 million that Beyonce was paid should give a good idea how much...
Literally $10 million to say a couple of good things about Kamala Harris. And when I see this, and then I think about some of the ones that I saw of the celebrities or the famous people who actually went and talked on behalf or representing Donald Trump. We have Hulk Hogan. They have a history together. Probably he was paid a big sum of money, but still, he is a friend of Donald Trump. They know each other. They have history together. Okay, like Donald Trump was a part of WWE at that time when Hulk Hogan was in it as well. I mean, like, you can see the difference. One guy brought people who actually he knows and friends, and he would like help them out and pay them as well to do the job. But he knows that they're going to represent him the best because they know him personally. And then you have this.
Say the Avengers were paid to do it, also a fucking lot. It came off as self-righteous. Instead of urging people to get out and vote, it was to get out and vote for specified candidate that they deemed best for you. Well, if your pick for president loses, I advise you not to follow in Rachel Ziegler's footsteps. Who's Rachel Ziegler, you ask? Don't give me an excuse to play the best B-roll of Ziegler cringe in town.
I'm a narcissist.
Yes, you are.
Original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so.
Okay.
Like a classic. Everybody loves it. I don't see a person who was hating it and talked shit about it until you came online.
There's a big focus on her love story.
And what's the problem with focusing on love? Love is like one of the love and hate are the strongest feelings that push us around, that do things for us. Like, it's the whole essence of life. It has so many shades and colors and tastes. It's very complex, and it can be retold over and over and over again from different perspectives. And we still enjoy it, and we still feel it, because we all seek love. We all want love. There is no person out there who's like, love, whatever. Unless you're Rachel.
With a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird. And then it became like, I will elbow everyone out of the way to play the part. That people will assume is a love story just because, like, we cast a guy in the movie.
Right.
Andrew Burnap. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
I say, if I'm going to stand there 18 hours in a dress of an iconic Disney princess, I deserve to be paid for every hour that it is streamed.
If she hated the role so much, why did she take it?
And we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be.
As that reminder informed you, Ziegler isn't new to saying the correct.
There are people out there who just want leadership. That's true. But I can promise you that there are a bigger part of people who gets that leadership and they feel empty inside. They become depressed, they become sad because they don't have love. They didn't go and seek this thing that is actually one of the most important things in life.
Right think talking points about her own films, as well as whatever personal hills she has to die on in real life. After her chosen candidate lost, she posted on Instagram what she probably thought was poetic, but was actually YouTube fodder. She concluded her rant by saying she wishes anyone who doesn't agree with her political leanings never know peace. As soon as it was posted, it blew up online, grabbing headlines and making sure Disney's live-action Snow White gets delayed yet again, I'm certain of it. No, but delayed or not, she was forced to issue an apology, which was surely written by her agent, a confidant, or just Disney's PR team. The apology actually uses capital letters after all, not exactly her style. And I'm sure the people at Disney are losing their collective heads. Rachel Ziegler, a person who desperately needs good PR and a hit film, but can't help herself. A Gen Z.
Honestly, why do they keep casting her? She did the same thing when this other movie from, I don't remember the name of it. She had the same drama, the same thing happened, and now again with the Snow White.
Ziegler's situation and the reaction to it is a microcosm of how people feel toward the modern actor. The frequent teeter between indifference and annoyance, let alone listening to what they have to say about who to vote for. Ziegler definitely isn't alone in making a fool of herself like this, but she is the latest and best example because she's the lead actress in a major upcoming motion picture who runs around spouting the most cliche right-think talking points like they're on a Dave Bautista level of steroids. Other notables from our side of geek culture losing their minds are Mark Hamill, who decided to leave Twitter for the week or so he'll be able to handle it, and Jimmy Kimmel, who took to being the example of the fall of late night and nearly broke down in tears. Now that we're all caught up, we can see exactly why all this happened. It's been covered at length at how actors have lost their mystique since their introduction of social media. Yes, it's the fall in line message of Hollywood that's pushed people into apathy.
Like we before would it would be mystique, their life and how they live their life. You know, we would only have these reality shows, pick and choose some of them from some celebrities, and they would be like really popular back then in the 90s, early 2000s, because we didn't have social media and we didn't know how would they live. Now, honestly, I imagine some of them are so pathetic. They're Googling themselves here and there just to feel better about themselves.
The perception of actors has shifted over the past couple decades, even heavier in the latter, and they carry a lot less cultural weight than they used to. The social media factor is one thing, but another is the nature of the theatrical experience. It's well documented that the theater industry is reliant on the big budget movies just as much as the movie studios, and with budgets ballooning and audiences flocking away from run-of-the-mill message-infused trash.
Oh my god. Red One? I haven't seen the movie, but I heard it flopped so much compared to like the price and the amount, the budget they had. Like, it is insane. Who would have thought that you needed a CGI'd Christmas movie? And you know how expensive CGI is. Like, Why?
Two industries need a simultaneous revival stat. They have no box office stars anymore because the industry is so reliant on properties. Most stars in today's world are only stars so far as they're attached to a well-known character. There aren't really any
That's
box
true.
office draws via name only anymore. Even the few that are relics of the past have some flops that go around. Please see Tom Cruise. And one of the numerous reasons for a sharp fall in box office since its heyday is because those people starring in films are real-world phonies, and the audience is in on the joke at this point. Before social media, celebrity antics were confined to award shows.
To be honest, like, I do understand his perspective here, but I never decided not to watch a movie because the celebrity that is acting in the movie posted something that I didn't agree with or disliked. I usually know that they are actors and they're gonna act a certain role, and I'm gonna be empathetic towards the role and not them personally in their private life. So for me, that really doesn't matter. Like, if I choose to watch a movie, I don't care who they voted for, or I don't care what they have to say personally or what they tweeted about or posted on X. I would go and watch the movie. The problem is that the movies nowadays are so stale. They suck. Honestly, movies nowadays, the storytelling is lost. The character development is gone. It's non-existent. It's on repeat, only as they throw money on CGI that gets outdated so quickly. Like in 1 or 2 months, we have a better CGI and then the movie is gone. Like, look at Lord of the Rings and then compare it with The Ring of Power. Lord of the Rings is a classic. It will always be there. It will always be watched. It's amazing because they paid attention to every single aspect, from the music to the effects to the development of the characters, the storytelling, the quotes, everything. People actually were in the movie. Nowadays, you don't even have people in the movie. You have some type of green sticks and then they CGI people in it. Because it's so hard to hire people and pay them. Wow.
Interviews. Now they broadcast their lives and opinions 24/7, exposing self-absorbed lifestyles, moral high grounds, and personalities disconnected from reality. This constant stream of information hasn't humanized them. No, in fact, it reveals shallow personalities and worldviews. Politics, of course, aren't spared. Celebrities, they spew views, damaging their careers. It's what they do. Political opinion doesn't matter. Tim Allen's right-wing stance and Gina Carano's Disney feud sparked controversy regardless, and Seth Rogen's Twitter rants have fans questioning how this guy went from Superbad to Santa Inc. Someone once said Seth Rogen's the kind of guy who'd climb a glass wall to see what's on the other side. Social media fuels celebrities' attention addiction, amplifying virtue signaling that reinforces Hollywood's negative image. During the strikes, people shrugged, viewing Hollywood as out-of-touch elitists. Most impacted individuals weren't millionaires, but public perception screams, oh no, the millionaires want more. Hollywood's current image problem persists, fueled by social media's relentless spotlight. Celebrities' constant self-aggrandizement further erodes public empathy. Their lives, once glamorous, now seem detached and self-serving. Social media's double-edged sword connects fans while highlighting Hollywood's flaws. It's why the world reacts with a collective eye roll to celebrities' pleas for support. It's hard to forget these endorsements cost a lot of money, too. And Hollywood's no stranger to peddling cringe for cash. Case in point, MGM's founder made his fortune backing Birth of a Nation, a wildly racist film controversial even in its time. Fast forward to Captain America's skeptical take on the World Security Council and Civil War, him saying it's run by people with agendas, and agendas change. And that sums up Hollywood's propaganda machine nicely. From promoting racist films to the US government scrubbing 1,500 scripts of anti-American content during World War II, Hollywood's history is rife with agenda-driven manipulation. And celebrities have long used their platforms too, but they were much smaller and not with unfettered access to them. When he won his Oscar for The Godfather, Marlon Brando sent Shasheen Littlefeather to accept his award, refusing it himself, and gave her a chance to expose the industry's mistreatment of Native Americans. The audience's mixed reaction, applause, and boos contrast sharply with modern Hollywood's manufactured outrage. Today, such gestures would earn a standing ovation, but it would be expected. Not authentic. Also, hilariously, some of Littlefeather's family came out to say she was a fraud and not actually Native American. Just want to throw that out there. Going back to what's authentic, these celebrity endorsements get a collective hand wave from people because they come from a source of inauthenticity. Professions like actor and musician are still high on the list of childhood dream jobs, but content creator, TikToker, and YouTuber are taking over. The idea of celebrity and the desire for fame won't be leaving society anytime soon, but what celebrity is and how it's obtained has shifted shifted. It's not the old standby examples of a rock musician or a Hollywood actor people want to be anymore. Because of the internet and the ability to have unfettered access to celebrities, a content creator is both an entertainer and a person that doesn't have to answer to a studio. Content creators don't have to say the right thing like a celebrity does. They don't have to fall in line. So podcasters and TikTokers have become vastly...
They do have to follow some rules if they want to have a career online. If they do it as a side hustle and they have their own job or something, then it is different. But keep in mind that on YouTube, for example, you cannot speak about everything or anything. You can. Not a lot, but let's say 90% you can. But it does cost you money. Like it can get your video either demonetized completely. Your channel can get a strike as well. And demonetization means you don't earn money. There are no ads because companies will not put their ads on a thing where you are saying stuff that they don't agree with. And or you can split money, and any of those choices are not good for a content creator, because if it's their job, then it costs them money. So they also have to be careful what they say. Why do you think, for example, Logan Paul apologized for whatever he did? If he knew that whatever he would be uploading next will get him the same amount of money, the same amount of views, whatever, he would not have apologized. He apologized, and so many YouTubers apologize for their mistakes, not because they are regretting it, it's because their job is on the line. Like, duh.
More appealing to people because of the authenticity those platforms force a creator to have. The appeal is in the authenticity of the person talking. Instead of Brad Pitt or Arnold Schwarzenegger being the examples of popular male celebrities, the biggest is someone like Joe Rogan, a podcaster and cage fight commentator. Yes, I'm leaving comedian off that list. Sorry, Joe. Rogan's become one of the most famous people on earth because of his authenticity, and in part due to him exposing people, including those from Hollywood, for the phonies and clowns they are. Sometimes when they're guests on his show, sometimes by simply letting them shoot themselves in the foot when they complain about him. Right, Neil? That's what I find most interesting about this whole thing. What celebrity is has been fundamentally changed. What people think of a celebrity has changed. If institutions like CNN or Fox have become legacy media, and podcasters and YouTubers are the new mainstream media, then an actor is the legacy celebrity to the mainstream celebrity, like a Rogan or even the president-elect. These legacy celebrities are getting a larger dose of reality with each passing year and each changing and declining box office return of their last movie. I did a video earlier this year called How Virtue Signaling Killed Hollywood, a look at one of the many reasons Hollywood is falling apart, and this election season has somehow managed to shine a light on the problems they've been having out in California. Indeed, with all the problems they're facing, it feels the question of whether they've realized the problem out there in LA, and if so, are they going to correct it? Cynically speaking, yeah, they have realized the problem. Just like we knew they wouldn't, I don't think the Avengers cast thought they'd be shifting minds either, but the money they were paid certainly didn't hurt. No, they see the problem, but Hollywood isn't interested in trying something new or trying to make movie stars again. If there were movie stars, studios would be able to make any kind of movie they wanted because people would come to the theater for the star. Since they don't anymore, they have to fit the star into the movie. And only one size kind of fits at a time, whatever trendy thing is at the moment. I mean, you have the biggest company in the business apologizing, going back to the well, and hey, Robert Downey Jr. is in the MCU again. All that sort of stunt casting does is reinforce my point about people not giving a shit about movie stars anymore. They like a person in a role. And tell me Hollywood doesn't get the problem, and I'll show you the RDJ reveal. Whether that works or not is an entirely other story for an entirely different day. We all called it. The self-aggrandizing people in Hollywood have managed to push away the very thing they crave most. Attention. GG's.
It's interesting that he actually showed Captain America 4. I don't know where the video is exactly. But this is funny. And Captain America 4 apparently is going to be really doomed. There is a video about it. I'm going to react and see what is it all about. Personally, I never liked the new Captain America guy. I don't know his name yet, and I don't think he was cast correctly there. I feel like there was another agenda for casting him as a Captain America, probably a woke representation or whatever. But we will see. I will talk more about it when I watch that video. Let me know if you're gonna watch Captain America 4 or not. I don't know if I will.